Hey everyone, it's Dominic with Mindful Relationship Bootcamp. Today is day number 8. Today is about preconceived notions and expectations taken into your conversations. This is really important because a lot of times people will go into a conversation with a preconceived notion of how it's going to turn out, of what's going to happen or how that person's going to react because it's happened before. And so we start building these preconceived notions, these expectations, and they're in our brain and they start limiting the possibilities. And every time you limit the possibilities, then you take a narrower focus and you start vibrating out those things, because what you think of and what you ask for is what you're going to get. So if you start thinking, well, this person's always going to snap at me, or my loved one is never going to really listen to me because they always get offended, or they always think I'm hurting them, then just by thinking that is you're putting that out there. So the next time you go to ask them to do X, or ask them to try something different, that you're going in a defensive stance like this. And instead of that, what we'd like you to do is to realize that there are a lot more possibilities out there for you, because what you think about expands. Now I'll give you an example. I used to be a waiter, and I used to have number of clients that would come in, and one in particular, I remember she'd always say, the kitchen always gets my salad order wrong. They always get it wrong. No matter where I go, people don't know how to do it. And I said, okay, well, ma'am, I'd like to get it right. So do you want me to get it right? And she goes, of course I want you to get it right. I said, well, tell me what you want. She goes, well, I want a salad without this, without this, without this, without this. And I said, okay, ma'am, let's start from the beginning. What do you want on your plate? Just tell me what you want on your plate and I will make this right for you. And I got it right, because I asked her to tell me what she actually wants. Because every time that she came to a restaurant, she kept saying, they always get it wrong, they always get it wrong, and guess what? You get what you ask for. So we have to start opening our minds a little bit more. We got to open our blinders a little bit more and take out those expectations, the preconceived notions, so that we're not just in a defensive stance expecting things to happen, because when you expect it, it's gonna happen. Here are your action steps moving forward. In your journal, yes, the journal, please take it out. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to write on one side of the journal. You have 2 pages in front of you. On one side, I want you to write the expected reactions from my loved one. And when you write those down, like, they could be like, if I tell my wife how to do the dishes differently, or if I could ask my wife to make sure she doesn't use the water pressure too high, or if I ask my wife not to overload the washer and dryer. And then write down all of those expected reactions that we get from them. Now you'll have a list. Now on the other side, now for each negative, I want you to write 2 positive possible ones, because what we have to do is we have to reprogram your brain to put in that there's not just that negative option, there's actually a positive option that could come, so that the next time you come to it, before you have that conversation, look at the negative possible and then look at the 2 positive possible and get those in your head and repeat either one, saying, well, they could be really open to it and they could be willing to listen to what I have to say. And just by having those 2 positive in there, when you approach them knowing that you have 2 positives, that outweighs the negative. And just by doing that may be enough to start removing that preconceived notion and expectation, so you can actually enter into the conversation with a pure intent of what you would like to do, and not coming in with a defensive, pre-defensive stance. So try this out. Be good to your loved ones. Take care of yourself, stay safe, and let's pray for all the people that are out there that are hurting and in pain, and pray for all those that are being harmed. And we need to find a way to come together right now. We need to find a way to love and to listen to each other more than anything. We need to see, because everyone is hurting. There's so many people that are hurting out there, and they're all doing different things to show how much they're hurting. And what we need to do is open our ears, open our minds, open our hearts, and realize that we are a lot more alike than we are different. So you guys take that. You have a great day. I love you guys. I'll talk to you again soon.